Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Usha Rani and I am a data scientist. Today I will be discussing the difference between lock and ilock using pandas in Python. Before that, I wanted to tell you about what is lock and ilock. Lock and ilock are different data frame methods for selecting rows and columns. So these are very important to learn and these are very flexible and powerful methods. These lock and ilock methods are very helpful when you are retrieving the data from rows and columns in the dataset. Now, let us discuss about the difference between lock and ilock. If you observe, I have written few differences, that is major differences between lock and ilock. In lock, the first difference is label based method. That means we have to specify the name of the rows and columns that we need to filter out. Whereas the ilock is based on the integer index position. That means we need to specify the rows and columns that we need to filter out based on this integer index position. The second difference is inclusive of last element. In lock, when you are giving the range between the two columns or two rows, the last element, for example, if it is 0 to 2, the last element 2 will be inclusive. And in ilock, when you are giving the range, the last element is exclusive. For example, if it is 0 to 2 is the range, the 2 will be exclusive. That is not included when you are selecting the row or column. And the third difference is we can pass the boolean series in lock, and here in ilock we cannot pass the boolean series. I'll tell you very clearly by taking one example. I will show you these differences between lock and ilock by taking one example dataset that I am going to take the house prediction dataset to explain you clearly. Now let me open the Jupyter notebook. Here I am going to take the new notebook. Before starting this, let me import pandas. Import pandas as PD. So let me execute this. Now I am going to read my dataset. Df is equal to pd.read csv. My dataset name is housedataset.csv. Housedataset.csv. Let me execute this. Okay. Now next, if I want to print the first few rows from the dataset, I'll use df.head method. In this we have a columns like id, date, price, and here square feet underscore lot, floors. So these are the column names which we have. Here we have a default index that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So here we will do the operations on this index when you are doing with lock and with these column names. And when we are doing the operations on ilock, we'll use the index positions of the columns and rows. Right? Now I'm going to discuss about lock. As I said in differences, lock is used to filtering the rows and columns by giving label names of the columns and rows. That means for rows we use an index and for columns we use a label names. So now df dot lock. So here we don't use parentheses here, we use square brackets. The format of the lock command is, that is rows will first give, for example 0. So we need to specify the comma, that is 0 is for rows, and colon I am going to give, that is all the columns I wanted to print. So here what is the output is going to come here, that is first name, row name, that is 0 index, first row I am going to print here and with all the columns. So let me print. So see, this is the first row, that is id, date, price, all the columns are printed. Or if you want to print the second row, that we put here 2 with all the columns. So that is, this is the second row. The id is here, this one. The id is 400 here, that is ended with 400, that is second. If you take an index here 0, 1, 2, that is third row. Here if you consider the index, the third row will be printed. Here I have given 2 with all the columns. And now if I want to print multiple rows, so what I have to do, first let me put this in hash. So df dot log, I want to print multiple rows 0, 1, 2. Let me take 0, 1, 2. I want to print these 3 rows. So I have to give here 2. So I should not write like this, so that I have to use a list here, list of the rows. So I have to put it in a list. So I'm with all the columns. Okay, see here. So I have printed 0, 1, 2. First 3 rows I have printed with all the columns. If I want to select columns using log df dot log, so all the rows I am selecting, and columns. So column names I should give, because it is based on a label. So I am giving a label price. So if you are giving one column means you can directly give. So when you are giving a multiple columns, you should have to put them in a list. So let me print this. So see, here all the rows are printed and the column price is printed. If I want to select multiple columns from the data set, I should have to write df dot log all the rows I am selecting here and columns. So when you are giving multiple columns means you should have to write in a list. Here price. So I want to print from id, comma date. What is the second one? Date, price. And price. Okay, let us execute. See, so these are the 3 columns with all the rows. Now we will use the range operator by selecting the rows and columns using log method df dot log. So here I have taken 0, 1, 2 or the multiple rows. So if I want to mention the range here, range operator I am using 0 to 2, comma all the columns. So I'll get the same output here. What is the output that we have printed? Same output will get, that is 0 to 2 and all the columns. See, here I got 0 to 2 and all the columns. Here one thing I need to specify, here 0 to 2 means the second difference, as I told you, that is the last element is inclusive. That means here we will get 0, 1, 2. The 2 row also selected. Now let me take the column as well. df dot log. So I am taking here all the rows, comma columns I am taking from id to price. Okay, let us print. When you are giving a range here, so you no need to specify, you no need to put in a list. Okay, the same output we got, that when you are giving here this id, date, price, so we have given we have used here a range operator with all the rows and from id to price are selected. Now if I want to select range of rows and range of columns, so I should have to write df dot log. So rows I am going to give 4 to 10, comma, and columns I am going to select here from price to square feet living. Okay, from price to square feet living, that is price to square feet living. Okay, now let us execute. See, Here I got the rows from 4 to 10 and from price to square feet living. From price to square feet living. Now let us discuss about iLog. So what is iLog? iLog is for filtering rows and selecting columns by the integer position. See here in the data set, so when you are using log, so these row index we have taken as the row names, and when you are selecting the columns, these are the names of the columns. So when you are using iLog, that you should have to give the integer index position, that is position of the index. For example, the first column we have ID, so that is 0. The index position for ID is 0. For date it is 1, 2, 3 and so on, so forth. So that you understood, right? Now let us start iLog. So if I want to print the first 4 columns from 0 to 4, we should have to put it in a list. Okay, let us print. See, so we have got here all the rows and at 0, index 0, that is first column we got here and the fourth column we got. If I want to print multiple rows and multiple columns using iLog, so I should write df.ilog. So what are the rows do I want to print here? I am going to take index second and third and comma, and I am going to take fifth and sixth. Index position fifth and sixth. So now let me print this. If you see here, I have printed second and third index. So what is that? Here we have second and third, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. That is these rows are printed, and fifth and sixth, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth and sixth, that is these two columns are printed. These two columns are printed, square feet living and square feet lot. Okay, that we should have to get these values, that is 770, 1960, 10,000 and 5,000. So let us see. Yes, so these we have got. That is why these log and iLog methods are very helpful and very easy and flexible methods to retrieve the data from rows and columns. Now if I want to give the range of columns and rows using iLog method, so I should have to write iLog. So here I am going to take all the rows I am going to select, and the columns I wanted to select, that is 4th, index 4th and 10th. Okay, let us print this. So what is the output I got here? All the rows I got, and columns from 4 to 10. That is from 4 to 10. Let me show you here in the table. That is from 4 to 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. From 4 to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Till here view we got. Now in the same way, if I want to take for rows also, df.ilog, that is I am going to take 0 to 3 rows and all the columns. I wanted to print all the columns. So let us print. See, I got 0 to 3. The second difference, as I told you, that is the index when you are taking the range of either rows or columns, the last element is exclusive. The last element is not included. Okay, so here, that is why here when you are taking 0 to 3, third row is not printed. Third row is not selected because third is exclusive. That is why it has printed 0, 1, 2. Only 3 rows are printed, but the index, this is the index position. So last index position will be exclusive in iLock method. Exclusive in iLock method. This is the biggest difference between iLock and lock. When you are using lock, so label will be selected and the last element on both sides elements are inclusive. And when you are using iLock method, the last index position element will be exclusive. So we can also write this in a shortcut form, that is we can not take this colon. So that is we can print, we'll get the same output. But here I don't recommend the shortcut methods, preferable to write fundamentals. You should not forget the fundamentals. So these operations we can use, we can do by any other methods also, but these are, I cannot say these are only the methods that you can do. You can retrieve the data from rows and columns. There are many methods are there, but these lock and iLock are one of them. So that I want to share about this lock and iLock. I hope you like this video. Please do share with your friends. Please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Keep watching my channel. I'll be uploading the videos on deep learning, machine learning and natural language processing. Keep watching. Happy learning.